Picture this, a swanky downtown Chicago restaurant, all gleaming crystal chandeliers, starched white tablecloths, the kind of place where the wine costs more than your rent. In the corner, there's this woman, Sarah, just sitting there, alone, in a faded denim jacket and scuffed boots, her nose buried in a paperback, a half-eaten plate of ravioli in front of her. You'd barely notice her, except three loudmouths at the bar sure did, and they're about to make the biggest mistake of their night. So, I'm just gonna lay it out like I was there, 'cause man, this story's got my head spinning ever since I heard it. These three guys, all decked out in tailored suits, Rolexes flashing, beers sloshing, they're acting like they own the joint. The ringleader, let's call him Chad Big Shoulders, gelled hair, the kind of guy who'd flex in a boardroom mirror spot Sarah and decides she's their entertainment. "Yo, sweetheart," he calls, leaning over his table, his voice cutting through the clink of glasses. "You lookin' lonely over there, come join the big dogs." His buddies, one with a goatee that screams midlife crisis, the other with a laugh like a hyena, cackle like it's the funniest thing ever. The room shifts, heads turn, a few folks smirk, thinking, oh, this poor girl's about to squirm. Now Sarah? She doesn't even flinch. Her fork twirls a ravioli, slow, like she's got all the time in the world. She's got this air, you know, like she's been through worse storms than these clowns. The lady at the next table, all pearls and perfect highlights, mutters to her friend, "Why's she even here? That jacket's practically screaming thrift store." Her friend, sipping a martini, giggles, probably lost a bet. The whole place feels like it's in on the joke, waiting for Sarah to grab her bag and bolt. But me? I'm watching her hands steady, too steady, and I'm thinking, something's off here. Chad's not done. He slams his beer on her table, the thud making a waiter jump. "Come on, darlin', don't be stuck up," he says, his grin all teeth. "Have a drink with us." The room leans in. You can feel it, like they're all holding their breath for her to crack. Sarah sets her fork down, real careful, and looks up. Her eyes? Man, they're like a frozen lake, calm but deep, the kind that makes you rethink your choices. "I'll say it once," she says, her voice low, sharp, slicing through the noise. "Leave me alone." It's not loud, but it lands like a punch. The goatee guy laughs, a big, fake bellow. "Whoa, we got a tough girl here, like she's in some action flick." The room chuckles, uneasy, but they're still watching, still judging. Then it escalates. The third guy, let's call him Mike, all muscle and ego, stands up, struts over, and slaps her shoulder hard. The crack echoes, a lady gasps, a glass of wine tips over. The manager, this twitchy guy in a cheap suit, hovers by the bar, pretending he's on the phone, not doing a damn thing. Sarah shifts, just an inch, enough to dodge his grip. Mike leans in, his breath reeking of IPA. "No running. Babe, we're just getting started." The room's thick with tension. Everyone's waiting for her to break, to cry, to run. A kid at a nearby table, maybe 14, sneaks his phone out, filming, whispering to his sister, "She's gonna lose it. Bet she's out in 10 seconds. But Sarah? She's not playing their game. Her hand moves like lightning, grabs Mike's wrist, twists it back, and he's on his knees, yelping like a kicked dog. Before anyone can blink, she's up, a chair skids across the floor, and bam, 2 punches, one to Chad's jaw, one to Goatee's gut. They hit the deck, groaning, clutching themselves like they just got hit by a truck. The room freezes, forks clatter, a lady drops her spoon into her soup. Sarah stands there, breathing steady, her jacket a little crooked but her face calm, like she just swatted a mosquito. A guy in a corner booth, old enough to be her dad, his tie loose and his eyes sharp, mutters, "That's no civilian." Then it happens. She rolls up her sleeve, and there it is, a tattoo, a trident with an anchor, unmistakable. A Navy SEAL emblem. The room gasps. An old vet at the bar, his cap faded with a Marine Corps patch, leans forward. "Holy hell, that's the real deal." Whispers spread like wildfire. Special ops. "No way." "A woman?" Chad's on the floor, his face pale, his gold chain looking real pathetic now. Mike's coughing, still doubled over. Goatee's muttering, we didn't know, like it's gonna save him. The door swings open, and this guy walks in tall, gray at the temples, suit sharp but understated. He doesn't look around, doesn't need to. He flashes a badge, Naval Special Warfare Command, and the room goes dead silent. He walks to Sarah's table, leans down, and says, real soft, "Apologies, Commander. Didn't expect you here." Commander. The word hits like a grenade. The lady with the pearls chokes on her wine. The kid with the phone stops filming, his jaw on the floor. Sarah just nods, like this is just another Tuesday. Now, let's rewind a bit, 'cause you gotta know where this comes from. Sarah grew up in a house that felt like a drill sergeant's dream: polished floors, strict rules. Her dad a retired colonel who ran the place like a barracks. No tears, no excuses. She was 13 when she found his old Navy photos, him standing by a chopper, that same trident tattoo on his arm. That's when she knew she wasn't going to be a debutante or a desk jockey. She wanted that life. Fast forward, she's 22, in a desert base, the only woman in her unit, carrying gear heavier than she was, proving herself every damn day. Her squad leader, a guy with a Texas drawl, once told her, "You're tougher than a rattlesnake, Sarah," and she carried that with her, through every mission, every scar. Back in the restaurant, the mood's flipped. The sneers are gone. The whispers are quieter, like the room's trying to catch up. The manager's stammering apologies, offering free meals, but Sarah just slides a stack of cash on the table, more than enough, and says, "No need." She picks up her book, tucks it under her arm, and that's when her husband walks in. He's not loud, doesn't need to be. Broad shoulders, quiet eyes, the kind of guy who doesn't have to prove anything. He leans down, murmurs something, and Sarah smiles just a flicker, but it's real. They walk out together, her steps steady, his hand brushing hers, and the room watches, silent, like they just saw a legend walk by. Those three guys? They paid for it. Chad's a mid-level ad exec. Morning. His company's website has no trace of him. Goatee's a car salesman, loses his top client when the story hits social media. Mike, the musclehead, tries a whiny apology video online, but the comments rip him to shreds, and his gym sponsorship's gone by noon. It's not loud, not dramatic, just the world catching up, balancing the scales. Later that night, Sarah and her husband are at a greasy diner, the kind with cracked vinyl seats and coffee that tastes like regret. She's got a burger, he's got waffles, and they're just there, comfortable, quiet, the jukebox humming some old Springsteen tune. She doesn't talk about the restaurant, doesn't need to. He reaches for her hand. She squeezes back, and that's enough. But here's the thing: nobody in that restaurant knew her story, and they still don't. They saw a woman in a cheap jacket, judged her, and got schooled. And maybe that's the point. We all walk into rooms where people size us up, think they know us, think they can push us around. Sarah didn't just push back, she rewrote the whole damn story. So what do you think? Was she right to drop those guys like that? Or should she have walked away? Have you ever been in a spot where you were judged, underestimated, and had to prove them wrong? Drop a comment, tell me your story, where you're watching from. Hit that like button if this hit you hard, and subscribe. Let's keep unpacking these moments together, the ones that make us question what strength really looks like.